Hey, we're live, Mark
Hey,
Newbill.
I am live. I am live in the field. How you doing, Larry?
I'm doing good, but it said your mic is muted. Hey, now you're unmuted.
I don't know how that happened. I think that was an
Uh,
operator error.
I guarantee it was. Rodney Beasley done said I ain't going to be able to run this without you here. And he may be right. So, how you doing tonight? I know you're in a vehicle with a carload of folks.
Yep, we got two cars, and well, first of all, I am down in the Everglades, and we have been dodging gators, but there's this little abandoned campground that is, I think it's about 7 miles deep on this gravel road. And so Larry, we got some hot dogs, and we got some charcoal, and we got some chips and some drinks. And Jeff Townsend has fixed us up with food, and we are headed in, and we may have to walk in this campground and lug our stuff, but we're going to go in there and set up and see how it goes. Right now, I'm riding with Josh and Clayton, and we are headed in.
Well, let's go ahead and do a disclaimer because I already seen somebody in the chat ask what the best evidence is. We're not here to give away Carrie's his documentary that he's doing on this. So we're not going to be sharing the best evidence that these teams have found. We will share some of the strategies and this and that, but we're not going to, I don't know what you call it, Mark, but give away the icing before the cake's done. Is that what you'd
Right,
say?
right. I think that's a nice way of putting it, Larry.
Yeah. So if you're here to hear the scoop on what's going down by the best evidence they got, we're not doing that. We're friends with Carrie, and Carrie's put too much work into this to come on here and backdoor something like that. So I apologize if that's what you tuned in for, but we're going to give a rundown of how people are doing on this trip, maybe some of the funny things that have happened. And I mean, we may go over some of the stuff Carrie's discussed live on Daniela's show, but that'll be it. We're not going to give away the cream of the crop on the evidence they've got. So if you got questions, you can ask them, but just don't be asking for the best evidence because that's not coming out here. Unless Mark gives it away, and then Carrie's right there to whoop him upside the head. So go on, Mark, with what y'all are doing.
Okay, I tell you what, we have really had two strong teams. Clay Campbell is a team leader, and I am a team leader. And we have been going out doing different strategies. And my favorite thing that we have been doing is using the drone that has a thermal on it and
Yeah.
able to send the air wing up and start people moving into the wood line and seeing if we can uh, make anything move, and we're scouting with the drone to see if there's anything out there, and that helps save us a lot of shoe leather, and there's been a couple of times that we've had some hits and moved people in. Carrie has supplied everybody with two-way radios. We've had good communication, and
Yeah.
it's just been really exciting to be on this and to have uh, different people coming together and talking about strategies and incorporating tactics in the way that we go out. And we've been successful with this, and we're still out here. We still have a few more days.
Yeah. What I've been impressed with is how meticulous it's been planned this time with keeping up with the SD cards and all the electronics, the batteries charged, and all that. It's been planned a lot better this year than it was last year, I think. Would you agree with that?
I would absolutely agree with that. Josh, tell me again the name of y'all's group.
The Lost Cryptids Conservatory.
The Lost Cryptids Conservatory. They are out of Michigan, and they pulled a trailer down here. They have generators. They've got it set up. I know it would drive you crazy to see how Dave has put this together, because everybody got GoPros, everybody got cameras, everybody got audio recorders, and all this stuff, and him putting lot numbers together. So every piece of equipment's got a number, and it goes in time, date, and stamp, Larry.
Yeah. You got to do that, Mark. You got to establish it all.
Yeah. And so there's been a lot of hard work, and just keeping things charged. You go out and you use a FLIR all night, and you got to come in and you have a support team there that's going to take that FLIR, download the footage on it, and recharge it. And when you get ready to go back out in the field, they're handing it back to you.
Yeah, that is cool. That lets you rest whenever you've been out there wearing yourself out hiking around in that heat, because it's been kind of warm down there, hasn't it?
It has been warm. We did have a cold front come through probably about 11 o'clock today, and that helped out a whole lot. But we're fortunate to be underneath these palm trees where I am at, and so you've always got some shade on you if you want shade.
All right. Sonia Cord's got a question about how are the dogs reacting down there? Are they on alert? I know Carrie said y'all are having them go on alert like 3:30 in the morning for a couple of nights in a row.
Yes, and we've been hearing things. We got our setup, no matter where you're at, set in L shape, that we are up against the fence next to the field, which has water and probably alligators, and there's storks that have been living in them trees, and then there's a wood line behind that. But we've been hearing a lot of stuff coming close to camp where we're at.
Yeah. Fletch Explorers wants to know, is it true that you have been hogging all the barbecue goodies?
No, I'm going to tell you, Clay Campbell's girlfriend, Simone, has been on site, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get hammered for this, but she is the camp queen, because she has fixed us all of our meals. When you get hungry, you've got something to eat. We have ate steak. I can't even think barbecue. Hot dogs. I mean, all the fixings to go with it. And I'm going to tell you, she is just absolutely wonderful. I've never seen anyone that was so dedicated. And I would take that camp championship belt away from Slave Monk.
Uh-oh.
Give it to her. Yeah, I know. I'm going to get hammered for all this, but is just absolutely wonderful.
Right now, you sound like Darth Vader's daddy.
I could see us going in and out as we're moving down this road. Because I'm going to tell you, there's water and gators everywhere while we're down here.
There ain't supposed to be. They're all supposed to be dead. All right, Shaz VD asks, do you have enough Snickers?
You know what? My friend Jeff Townsend, and I have told him I love him today, but he brought me a case of paydays. I asked for a few paydays because they don't really melt. With me being a type 1 diabetic, something I keep in my pocket and I wouldn't have to use a straw to eat it.
Yeah.
So, but Jeff was late getting here. It took him like 3 days to get here, and car breaking down. He said in the starter it sheared the bolts off from it somehow.
Well, you know who his mechanic is, don't you?
Yeah, Jeff Townsend.
It's him.
Yeah.
Oh man, is Jeff on the team tonight?
Jeff is running security at camp because there's 2 different teams that are going out for recons like what we're doing. And
Yeah.
so we need security at the camp.
Here's a good question from Quick Witty. Is Carrie aware of the leaked video?
Aware of the what video?
Leaked video, this one.
Oh. As far as this, yeah. Yeah. Carrie's been going live every day.
Yeah.
Giving updates.
Bama's got a good question for you. Is there a Hooters in close proximity to the research area?
Is there a what?
A Hooters, a restaurant, Hooters restaurant.
No, there's not. But I'm going to see if I can hold this up here. I've got a friend of mine that works at Hooters that gave me this gift pack. I don't know, Bama, you get a good look at that because my friend gave me that, Bama.
Uh-oh.
And and I was just kidding about the Hooters part. But Kale got me this, and Kale is Bama's friend, and I appreciate Kale for thinking of me and getting me this, and I've worn it everywhere I've gone.
How much longer you like before y'all get where you're going?
Don't know. If you got a clue, Clay, how far we've gone? How much more? We got about 2 more miles.
Okay. Because the
Then we'll have to get out.
audio's a little rough.
Oh,
Just a little rough.
okay.
We can understand you, but it's just real reverberated.
Okay.
You know, like when you ate that Snickers and fell asleep. Wait, that's regurgitated. My bad. Hey, if I miss y'all's questions, the chat's scrolling really quick. So if I miss your questions, just do it again, please. And try not to get ill like Johnny Gill. Johnny Gill gets ill with me whenever I skip his question.
Larry,
I'm kidding, Johnny.
I can't see how many's in chat. How many's in chat?
110.
110. That is
Yep.
bad, Larry Porch II.
Jimbo asked Mark, are there any smells around except for you after you eat beans?
We did a night hike. Mark Zasky took us to an area out here that it was pretty spooky, and we did a night hike, and we broke up into 2 teams into different routes, and where we could meet in the middle. And at one point, everybody smelled something. I believe that it was Stevie that smelled it first, and then I smelled it, then Dave, and Russell, Mo, Bogey Young Monster, he
Yeah.
was running a parabolic, and he smelt it. So, yes, we have sensed odors.
That's pretty cool. Johnny Gill wants you to catch him a baby alligator, and I don't know why. He lives right there at the swamp in Louisiana.
Yeah, Johnny.
All right. I know I'm going to miss some. Quick Witty wants you to tell Carrie somebody leaked the video. Uh-oh. Well, that was supposed to show.
I think it, well, we're not going to even talk about that. So I don't know. I haven't seen, so I don't know, and I'm not going to assume anything.
Me neither. All right, let's scroll on down here. Are you hungry? I missed a question from somebody. There it was. That's the one I tried to highlight. Mark, have you learned anything? That is from Flyby Stu H.
I have learned, and you know what? I think this is very important, and I try to stress this. It doesn't matter what your experience level is. You just because you may have more experience than somebody else, it would be pretty arrogant for me to sit there and think, well, I'm just going to turn him off when he talks. He don't know nothing. Because we can learn from everyone. And everybody has their own niches and their own talents. And those talents can be brought into the game plan and to be able to put a blueprint together that you could have success out in the field.
No, I agree with that. Quick Witty says that there is really a leaked video from y'all's camp out there or something. I don't have any more details than that, but
I don't know anything about it. So I'm certainly not going to comment on that I don't know anything about.
yeah, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. Robin Ward, did Mark take some powdered sulfur to keep the creepy crawlers away? Have y'all been having a lot of trouble with ticks, mosquitoes, chiggers, snakes?
Ticks, chiggers. We took some snakes.
Mark, hold on. You're very, I can't even understand you now. This is fabulous. You got to hurry up and get where you're going. Uh-oh. I don't know if we lost Mark or if he's locked up or what, but no, he's still there. Nope, we lost him. He'll be back in a second, but Mark seems to not be as tired as I expected. I expected everybody to be wore out. I know Carrie was on Daniela's show Hidden Existence earlier, and he looked pretty wore out, but he said he's been up a lot and everything else. So Mark will be back on here in a second, and we will get to more of y'all's questions. I'm sorry we can't get real specific, but we owe that to Carrie because Carrie is putting a lot of time and effort into this. There he is. Now you're Darth Vader. You're not Darth Vader's daddy. You're more like the Cylons on Battlestar Galactica. Oh. But anyway, as soon as I see that he's on there and good, they should be to their location here shortly. And Robin, we'll let him answer your question again because I'm interested in that. That was one thing I was dreading about going before I couldn't go was the mosquitoes and the bugs and all that, and the snakes and the alligators don't bother me that much because they're not really gonna let you get too close. I know Carrie said earlier on the stream with Danielle on Hidden Existence that they walked up on one last night, and Mark was there, so he will probably talk about that a little bit. But I'm sure that makes you a little jumpy whenever you're walking through the woods at night and hear a growl like that not far from you. But all right, we'll see if he comes back or not. But if he don't, I got to get off here. I'm kidding. I'll keep mumbling about something. It still don't look good. This may go to the tank immediately. I don't know. I saw somebody earlier was asking if he could name the team, and I believe he could. Here he is. Let me add him. I can see him anyway. Mark, are you there? Oh, no. Hello, Mark. We'll see what he says here in an hour. Is that infrasound that's causing this disruption? Well, Shelly and Debbie, come on, because Mark is killing me. He come up with this great idea, and he's always on me about being fly by night. And he sounds like Darth Vader and the Cylons had a son.
Okay.
Okay, Mark. Now talk. Uh-oh.
The reception.
There you are. I can hear you now. Thanks for y'all's patience through this. Mark, when he gets out in the woods, he's very unprofessional. He'll just leave you hanging and then black out the screen. I think they've arrived at where they're going. And if that's so, it ain't a good sign. Uh-oh. All right. I don't know if any of y'all have been watching the Hidden Existence or Daniela's channel, the live feeds that Carrie's been doing. He has given a little bit away and this and that, but that is the best place to get more info than. Come on now, Debbie and Shelly. Don't wait and make me suffer here. I don't know. But I'll just talk about my weekend till Mark gets back, if he gets back. I went to Texas last week, and Debbie and I went to a crawfish bowl and shrimp bowl. But on the way, we went to Sam Houston. And she took me to where she had a sighting. And that place is thick. I tried to run a FLIR as we were going down. Oh, you have to paste it in your browser, Debbie, if you're using a phone. Copy and paste it to your browser. But Sam Houston looks like a very good place. I was hoping to get there and do more, but we didn't have very much time. But the place she had the sighting was pretty interesting. Mark, are you going to be able to hear anything and talk,
Larry.
Mark?
Yes.
All right.
I'm trying.
Okay, Mark. Go ahead and
You'll have
talk
to
about the creepy.
You'll have to.
I'll have to what?
I just said that you'd have to read the questions because I can't read it on this phone.
That's fine. Robin Ward was wanting to know about the creepy crawlers, the mosquitoes, ticks, chiggers, sand mites, whatever you got. How's that going?
Really, the only thing that we've got is skeeters. Haven't had no tick problems or chigger problems, and just regular off has been working fine for us.
Who you got out there with you tonight? Hilton Whittlewood wants to know.
Well, Hilton will recognize this feller. Can you see?
What's up, Hilton?
You know the voice.
I'll try to get out tomorrow night.
I see a red light. I know it's Moog's, but so you got Moog and Clay out there.
Yes.
Steph.
And we got Stevie B.
Sodas and my own.
And we've got Lynn Parsons. And we got Barry Browning. You know Barry Browning, don't you?
I know Barry. How's Barry doing? He looked wore out.
He's doing pretty good. I'm gonna let you see his face.
Larry Force the third.
And this is what we're doing. This gate is locked, so y'all don't tell nobody that we're gonna drag this wagon in here in this abandoned campground. And I'm gonna tell you, it is spooky. I will have pictures and videos that I can show the next time we're on of what this little road looks like that leads into this area.
Yeah. Uh-oh. The Squatching Cowboy wants to know, how is Moog's? Is he self-medicating?
No.
He's not?
No. I'm telling you, Russell he is sharp as a tack. Everything that I thought he would be, he is that and that much more. And I got to tell you, Larry, me and you have a new friend, and you don't realize this yet, but his name is Bradley Hatcher. And
Bradley.
You are going to love Bradley. He is a great guy, and he is asked to come on the show. And so we have a lot of things to talk about, like backhoe rodeo, and why we call Bradley cowboy. And we got a whole lot of things to embarrass Bradley with, and we're pulling back the stops.
Y'all really ought not do it.
That is great.
Barry Browning sitting there trying to play all innocent. He's the man behind the curtain. Let me tell you. You want to know the man behind the curtain? It's Barry Browning. Look, I can carry something in my hand. I got a. If somebody is
don't walk too far.
Yeah, we got 30 minutes. Okay. But I'll follow y'all.
Let's go. Can you carry this? I'll carry the wagon.
Okay, we got radios. Everybody's radio on. If we got white lights, let's keep them pointed towards the ground.
Let's make sure my radio's on. I need better light.
They're taking care of business. We'll get back to questions here in a second when they get everything ready.
There we go.
How many shows do you know of? other than Beast in the Woods that goes live. Josh, your dome light.
Yeah, I may get stuck out there. All right, Mark,
Yeah.
I got you a question. Kirk Seltzer wants to
Okay.
know, has the baby crying audio been blasted?
Yes. And actually, we are going in close to where that setup was done. That setup was done about 7 miles from camp.
Is it still going on, or y'all through with
Yes.
that?
No. And we're going, while we're out tonight, we are going to replace the batteries in the FLIR and in the recorder playing the audio. And
All right.
I hope Clay don't mind, but he had to turn off his dome light. So Larry Porch, I'm walking on a trail with gators around me. But
I got a question.
okay,
Are you scared?
I'm scared, Larry Porch II.
Ruger Ridge wants to know how his buddy Jeff Townsend's doing.
Jeff is doing good. And I put Jeff's tent up right beside my tent because I wanted Jeff Townsend close to me. I love Jeff Townsend.
You knew he had all that protection over there. That's why you put him over there by you.
Hey, it took Jeff like 3 days to get here, like 72 hours just to come from Georgia. And
Only Jeff.
only Jeff. And
Yeah.
But it was action packed.
I had to bunk up with Barry Browning. Slept on the ground. My friend Lynn Parsons lent me a sleeping bag and a pad, but I pretty much me and Barry bunked up together for 3 days.
Uh-oh. That seems kind of weird.
We're not going to go there, Larry. Don't get jealous.
You know Barry's mind.
Barry just said he'll help you out when he gets back.
All right. Larry Metzner wants to know, are you holding a gun on him right now? I don't know who, but maybe a Sam Squatch. I don't know.
Okay. What was that? Are you talking about a firearm?
Yeah. Are y'all loaded for bear?
I don't even know. I believe Stevie B is our security. And
Yeah.
so I'm sure we have at least one on us here.
Now, Carrie said that a few of y'all got some heat exhaustion the other day. Is everybody back 100% now?
Yeah. I've been really good. I have been just guzzling Gatorade and water. And I actually started that before I went, just to hydrate my body.
Yeah.
Larry, this place is spooky, man.
That's what I was about to ask. How's the atmosphere around there where y'all going?
Everybody's excited, and we all have our roles that we're going to play in this, and it's going to be great.
Yeah. Well, how long is it going to be for the hot dogs are ready?
Man, I don't know. I know how long it would be if you were here, because we done load that charcoal right in the fire pit.
That's right.
Somebody, give him a break. One good thing about going live I don't have to pull the wagon.
Yeah.
Robin Ward wants to know why you didn't get a hammock.
Okay, I had a change of plans at the last minute, and I had to fly down here. So I was very limited to what I could bring with me. And, you know, the priority was to bring in our electronic arsenal so
Yeah.
that we could capture evidence. So I made that the priority, and everything else, you know, I left a lot of stuff back.
Yeah. Name some of the technology y'all got there. I know you got the drone with the thermal camera on it. What are some other goodies y'all got?
We've got the pulsar that I've been using. We've probably got a half a dozen FLIRs. Besides that, probably at least a half a dozen night vision with us, plot watchers, audio recorders, camera traps, two parabolics set up in the woods. So, I mean, we're loaded for bear as far as capturing evidence.
Yeah. It sounds like it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I don't know why your name ain't showing up. At least we could get something on there.
Yeah. Well,
But
I'm showing I got pretty good reception right here. We just got inside where this campground is.
yeah, you sound a lot better than you did, for sure.
So whenever we go off the air, I'm going to set up a plot watcher and the Zoom audio recorder, and then we're going to get the thermals. But I tell you, we've got like a full moon, so your night vision is pretty good in the middle of the night.
Have y'all had any problem with ticks? Daniel Lundy asked.
No, I've been surprised. I have not seen one. Nobody has talked about them. It's just the skeeters, and you just shoot yourself with a little off a couple of times a day, and they're not bad.
Yeah. Well, that's not good.
I think Jeff scared the hog.
Got any more questions?
Yeah, I got a question.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
No.
I don't either. Getting me off the screen's a question. I'm tired of looking at myself. Hilton Whittlewood says this is awesome. So thank you, Mark, for going live out there, even though you're going to get kicked off the outing tomorrow.
Okay.
Katie G says for you to be careful out there.
Okay, well, thank you, Katie. We're all being very careful. We have a good medical team with us, and we have been covered as far as anything that could happen to stabilize us until they can get us an ambulance.
Yeah, I got lights over here.
Kelly B wants to know where the night vision is, Mark.
The night vision is on my back, but hold on.
Look at this.
Hold on.
Look at this, man. You can
Hold on.
I'm holding.
Do y'all see it light?
What?
Larry, we might have an orb out here.
I hope so. I'd like to see one. Can you put the camera on it?
I don't see it now. Who's this? Who's this walking down the perimeter over here? Huh?
Why are they out there?
Why?
Nobody said anything.
Guys, get back over here.
Here. Oh, hey.
I didn't say anything. That was him.
Oh.
That sounded like a rat.
That ain't what I'm looking at. The light I'm looking at ain't them.
Yeah, the light. No, I see it now. It's right here.
Oh, I see it too.
I don't know if you can see it, Larry.
Just barely at times I saw it.
Yeah, it wasn't there a while ago. And
It's probably game and fish out there staking y'all out.
no, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to die, Larry.
That's what Dan Ricky would say.
Yeah, that's exactly what Dan Ricky would say.
Hilton Whittlewood wants to know who's going to play the crying baby. I think they've already got it playing on a loop.
Yeah.
I think Carrie said 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off, and then 3 minutes on and 3 minutes off.
Yeah, and then I think they got some snoring clips in there.
Did they record you?
No, I don't really snore no more, Larry.
Whatever.
Come on.
Whatever.
Stevie B busting my chops.
Yep.
Throw the Camaro by your head and you can buzz.
Mark, do you have a comment about the leak video?
I don't know nothing about it, so I'm going to ask you to censor that from here on out because I don't know nothing about it, and I'm certainly not going to comment on something that I don't know anything about. And
I don't know nothing about it either.
Yeah.
All right. Scott wants to know, can Squatch seen any snakes?
Yes, I have.
A Burmese python?
No. 2 black racers.
That's it?
Yep, that's it. But I have walked up on a 6-foot gator out here.
Won't you tell him that story real quick? Carrie's already said it, so he shouldn't get mad about that.
All right. Well, we were going to go out into the field close to the tree line. And so there was about 5 guys that were in the pack, and I was walking probably 20 yards behind them so that I could film them walk. And it growled at them, and the growl is what they at first they thought it could have been a black panther.
Yeah.
And so we just sat there around it and trying to get it to get out of the way. We were throwing sticks at it and stuff like that, and it wouldn't move. And then we realized that it was a gator. And at one point, Kerry walked on one side of it. He wanted to fly the drone over it and see if that would get it to spook to leave.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't budge, but that thing lunged at Kerry. I think Kerry tightened up a little bit.
Carrie said whenever on Daniela on the Hidden Existence, Carrie said that whenever it first growled, he dropped everything he had and drew his gun.
Yeah.
Oh, he was ready. Yeah, that would draw you up though, to be walking through there and have something growl that close to you, and you not really see anything.
Yeah.
All right, Patrick Vaughn asks, has anyone gone for a solo camp deep in the woods?
No. Carrie really is really safety conscious about this and has planned this operation out day by day and each activities, and he doesn't really want anyone going out by themselves You know, there's a lot that can happen to you out here. Um, there's hogs out here, and gators are everywhere.
Yeah.
And so you wouldn't want to, you know, it's just safety. You know, what if you twisted your ankle? You know, and
Yeah.
was far enough away from camp that the radios wouldn't work.
I'm trying to get back up the chat to where this question was because it jumped about 5 miles down. You know how that goes. Let me see. All right, I got back to it. Our friend Mike McSwain. I talked to him today, Mark.
Did you? Hey, Mike.
Yeah. If it'll show. Come on. StreamYard ain't working exactly right for me. I think that Rodney Beasley jinxed me whenever he said I can't run it by myself. There it is. What is the Bigfoot history at the place you're going?
There is a lot of history. Now, as far as what I did to train to come into this area was to rely on the other people's experience of this area. Carrie has been down here before. We have, I think, four folks from Florida. Let's just do it that way.
Yeah.
And that are in this area. Now, Stevie B came here about 3 weeks ago and reconned this area for us, different spots that we were seeing that looked good on the topographical maps. And she did a real good job because really right where she put took me to, it was loaded with signs.
Yeah. All right. So she went out there by herself looking around?
She did.
And
She
now
ain't
you won't
scared.
go out by yourself?
Yeah,
Man,
but
always
she,
shown up by a woman.
yeah. But hey, I'm good with that.
Yep. Most of the time, they're tough as nails. I guarantee it. All right. Our buddy Bama, he wants to know, has anyone been doing any calls? And if not, why not?
We really haven't concentrated on calls. We have pretty much have came in here using the strategy that we're just campers and hikers, because this area where we're at, there's signs that lead into towards the campgrounds. And so that's where the advantage of having this drone with a thermal on. And it doesn't have to be nighttime to use the thermal. So that's been our strategy. We haven't been doing calls and tree knocks and things like that.
All right. Craig Crandall asks, since you have a good medical team, just go out and tackle one for us, okay?
I tell you what, if we see one, I will, Craig. I'll take it for the team.
That didn't sound good.
Well, I knew you'd turn into something dirty. I don't know if I tell you what, we got 3 FLIRs going right now.
Yeah.
And Stevie B is just locked in on something.
Well, we can't show it on here. So show the hot dogs.
Something back here. Somebody.
Is it close to where that light was?
It's where the light is, and that light seems to be dancing around a bit.
Who's out there videoing y'all's team tonight, Mark?
Barry is going to be our cameraman, and right now we're recording with FLIRs.
Well, Barry better be rolling if y'all are getting a thermal hit.
Yeah. Are you recording? Okay, so you got a red light on. Okay, good deal. Larry, this fire's going real good. We're going to be cooking some dogs.
Yeah. Well, let's see them on there. Who's that
Yeah.
garden of hot dogs there? Is that Jeff Townsend's brother?
No, that's Russell Garden.
Russell's garden of hot dogs?
Russell's Garden of hot dogs.
Yeah.
Does anybody got a question for Russell?
I do. How's he enjoying being out there?
They want to know how you're enjoying being out here.
Oh, I'm having an amazing time. We've bonded in a way that I couldn't have imagined. You know, you'll hear stories.
How did his trip?
We've had a great time, and we still are. So
How did his trip?
See what we can say. So
how did his trip from Arizona
thanks
go?
everybody for getting me here.
They want to know, did you have a safe trip without no problems?
No, I was perfect. A little tired, a little fatigued, but other than that, yeah, there were no issues. Hit some rain. That was about it. Yeah, it was a good trip. Don't want to ever do it again.
Well, we look forward to seeing you on again, Moog.
They look forward to seeing you on, and he's going to try to go live tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
So
All right.
we're gonna work on it and get it set up and get her done.
Right on.
All right. Shaz VD wants to know, is Bigfoot out scouting for humans? Have you noticed any watchers? Lurkers?
Yes.
And that's all I can say about that.
And that's about all I'm going to elaborate on that. But yes.
Nightwolf wants to know if Mogs has been riding any alligators.
No, he's not. I'm sitting right here beside my friend Lynn.
Hi, Hera.
Hello, Lynn. Sharon Guy says to tell Stevie and Lynn hello.
Sharon Guy says to tell you hello.
Hello.
All right. I'm scrolling. Chat's a little wild. I can't even read that fast, Mark.
How many people do we have in chat?
In chat, I don't know. I'm watching 157.
157. That's pretty good, Larry.
It ain't bad for you being there with a red light on your head.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. Well, I'm not even going to say that.
Have y'all heard any voices?
I don't. Let me say yes, and I'm not going to elaborate on.
You don't need to
on this because I'm going to show respect for Carrie.
Yeah.
And because Carrie is the one that's going to tell this story.
Hilton wants to know if Carrie's watching this, so we don't give away any secrets.
I don't know. He's back at base camp, but you know what? Carrie has been fantastic with running this operation and the trust that he has handed out, and it's been reciprocated to him.
Yeah. And you said earlier that Lynn's feeling fine now after she got a little heat exhaustion earlier.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. It just. I just heard some kind of vocalization.
Wow.
It was just an owl, Larry.
No, that wasn't an owl. That was a booger.
You tried to trick me into saying something, didn't you?
Yeah. Have y'all seen any wild hogs? Is what Mr. Nightwolf Johnny Gill wants to know.
I have not seen them with my eyes. I have seen where they have been, and you can tell they're all over this place. If the
Yeah.
gators don't get you, the hogs will.
All right. How many hours, Patrick Vaughn asked, how many hours a day are y'all running?
We're basically running night and day. I think everybody started to crash last night around 2 o'clock. Me and Barry stayed up for another 2 hours and worked the wood line with the thermals, and 4 o'clock we went to bed and was back up just a couple of hours later and starting it all over again.
Kind of a typical outing then, isn't it?
Yep, sure is.
All right. The chat readjusted again, so I got to scroll up. All right. Quick witty. Did Carrie give everyone body cameras? Never mind. It's about the leaked video again. It evidently come from a body cam on TikTok or something. I don't know.
Oh,
But I'm sure
yeah,
there's not much there, but
yeah, we have been wearing body cams.
is it the same body cams we had on the outing last year?
This is actually an upgraded one, and so are the radios.
What type is the body cam? Do you
I
know?
I don't know. I haven't worn one. I watched. I believe it was Jimmy that had one on when we went out and watched how it worked. You've got the camera on your shoulder. You can turn it in any direction, and then on your wrist, you have the little TV for it to where you can sit there and view what you're seeing. So you can be viewing behind you and look at your wrist and see exactly what's there as
That's
you're
pretty
walking
cool.
away. Yeah, it's very cool.
Is it easy to see on your wrist really what
It
you're
is.
looking at? Okay, I
It
wondered
is.
about that. Last
Yeah.
year we never really put them on and tried them, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Kelly B says hi to Lynn and keep the boys safe, and she's glad that Lynn joined the team. You all are awesome.
Kelly B says, thanks for joining the team, Lynn. She's glad you're there and she thinks you're awesome.
Thank you, Kelly B.
Susan Chrisman asked, are y'all getting showers? I hope so. Have y'all been able to get showers? Or
yes. Yes, there is numerous campgrounds where we are at, and we have permits for them all, and one of them does have showers and bathrooms, real bathrooms.
does it also have a swimming pool where y'all sitting around with them drinks with umbrellas in them?
No, no swimming pool. But I tell you what, you're awful welcome to go swimming in the lagoon, Larry.
Oh no, I'll
Yeah.
pass on that. I'm not much on wrestling alligators. I tried it once. We went out gator grabbing when I was in Louisiana, and I grabbed one or two, and they rolled out of my hand. And I can't stand touching reptiles. I don't like it. But my buddy, he'd just grab them up and loved it. He called me some choice names because I wouldn't grab them up, but that's all right.
Yeah.
All right, Ruger Ridge wants to know about the water situation there. Are y'all having to wade, go around water, or any problems with water standing?
Well, I wouldn't say that they are in a drought, but it has been dry here for some time. And it's a dry season. So, and the rains will be coming, but we've really hit this at the right time to be able to come. The weather's been perfect. They called for a little bit of rain today, and I felt 4 raindrops.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's all the rain that we've had. You know, the temperatures are hot in the daytime, but we've been staying hydrated, and it's not bad. Like right now, it is so nice out here.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that time. It's probably great weather. What's the temperature right now? Do you have any idea?
I do not. I would say it. Anybody know the temperature? Oh, we got a heat signature. These folks are working these thermals. You ought to see them. All I can't wait until we can just show some stock footage
Yeah.
of what this area looks like in here, because it is just a fantastic place to be. And you know as well as I do, anytime that you've got to hike into an area, you
Yeah.
know, the chances of you having luck is going to be a whole lot better.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the full-blown Odyssey outing documentary. What's
Yeah,
it called? 168 hours?
168 hours. And you
Yeah.
know, Kerry has such you can see the improvement on each of his videos.
Yeah.
And in the skills, the editing skills that he's been learning.
Daniel Lundy, he says if a gator winks at you, don't wink back because it's that time of year.
Oh, okay.
Miss D asks, is Carrie, this StreamYard sure ain't cooperating. Oh, me. Uh-oh. All right. Miss D, Lady in the Woods, asks, has Carrie danced yet?
No, he ain't danced yet.
Uh-oh.
Wait. Hang on. Yeah, he was dancing to the bathroom one day. I saw him.
That sounds about like my dance. Chat readjusted. Here we go. Daniel Lundy, is the water running clear?
No.
So it's still muddy?
It kind of has a red tint to it. And I asked about it. I asked Lynn Parsons about it. And she said that it had a lot to do with the water levels being down and the cedar trees and the cypress trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, tan in the water.
I could see that. The needles of a cypress tree are kind of reddish. All right. Rodney Beasley said y'all are doing broke back all over again.
at least we got coconut oil with us this time.
That's right. That stuff's good. All right. I'm looking for a good question here. Well, readjust it again.
Yeah.
If
We're at an hour, right over an hour right now.
Yeah, when you got to cut loose and do business, just say so, and we'll cut loose and do business.
Well, we'll stay on a few minutes more, but I do have I need to set out an audio recorder, a plot watcher, and then get the thermal out and start helping these folks start scanning these wood lines.
Yeah. You need to.
They're amazing. Everybody is doing something. And Mose is sitting here. He's going, I tell you what, this show will be over with when that hot dog he's cooking for me gets cooked.
Well, that ain't going to be long then.
No, that ain't going to be long.
Whit Helton says to drink 4 to 5 bottles of water per 1 bottle of Gatorade.
You know, Shelley has told me that.
And you won't listen.
And I won't listen. I won't listen to her.
You will.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, gee, there it went again. Hilton Whittlewood asked, has Moog sang a song yet?
Mose has not sung for us that I
What's he
know of.
waiting on?
I don't know. I'll walk over here and embarrass him and ask him. Of course, you can't embarrass Russell. He's the real deal.
What do you want to ask?
He wants to know if you sung for us yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Maybe tonight.
Maybe tonight.
All right. Don't forget to record it.
Yeah.
All right. Mike McSwain asked, I wouldn't be worried about pythons. I'd be on alert for those moccasins. Be safe out there, boots on the ground, is what he said.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, we actually, Josh is a reptile expert and has worked with reptiles.
I'm a
So-
reptile expert too. It's called a 22 long rifle. No, I don't hurt the good snakes, just the bad ones. Speaking of that, have y'all had any incidents besides the heat exhaustion with anybody getting injured or anything that
There
you're
was-
allowed to talk about?
Well, I don't think this is anything secret, and I won't name no names, but one person apparently got spider bit, and it really affected him, and there for a minute he thought he might be having a heart attack, and it was in the middle of the night. And they got Stevie B and Lynn Parsons up out of bed, and they nursed him and checked his. You ought to see this first aid equipment that they've got. You would. I don't think a medical team could have done any better than what these two ladies did, and
You know
got
what?
him calmed down. What's that?
I bet by the end of the outing, you'll be faking something so they'll both tend to you.
Larry, you're supposed to say that off the air, not on the air.
Oh, my bad. I forgot we were live. All right. Shaz VD says, will you all be sad when the expedition is over?
We always are, but nobody will be sadder than Barry Browning. And you know that as well as I do, because he is always the last one to leave. And he's going to be the last vehicle pulling out every time.
Yep. All right. Flyby Stu H says, hey, Mark, through night sight, you seen any enemy drones? You know how Mark Zasky said that he saw the drone-like things hitting the ground with UV light, I think. Have y'all seen anything like that? Or if you're allowed to say so.
Yeah, I don't know how much I should, but I know we were out one night, and me and Bradley Hatcher was watching something, and we got everybody else over there to look at it because it was moving. It would move one way and then it would jerk the other. We didn't know, well, if it was a drone, but it looked too far away with the lights on it to be a drone. But the way that it was moving, and I put the thermal on it, I thought that I might be able to see something if there was like the engines or whatever on it. And but it never did get a thermal hit on it. So I have no idea what it was, but it wasn't moving like a helicopter or an airplane. It was changing directions too often.
That's pretty cool. So you done seen your UFO?
Apparently so.
Well, all right. Pork and beans. He says, any fresh dip?
Yeah.
Have you got one in right now?
I got a fresh dip right now.
Well, then you can't eat no hot dog. It's a law.
I'll spit that stuff out, Hoss.
All right. Christy Leslie says, love and prayers being sent for your success and safety. You guys and gals rock.
Thank you, Christy. We love you. We really do. You're such an asset to the Beast team. I mean, the Beast team is more than me, Larry, Shelly, and Debbie. I mean, it's everybody, and everybody is important, and we're just humble.
We try to be. I'm trying to read chat humbly right now. Here we go. It readjusted, so I had to scroll way back up. And again, if I miss your question, I apologize. Daniel Lundy, if something hairy gives you a peck on the cheek while asleep and it wakes you, will you climb a tree, run, or scream?
Well, I probably won't do any of those, because if it is, it's probably Jeff Townsend kissing me goodnight.
I can see that happening. But you'll smell the Cheetos on his breath.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy. All right. Ramil Acosta, the Filipino survivalist. Is there any sign of surveillance activity from certain groups other than drones?
No, we have not. Man, there was one of these strange looking vans that pulled up today and just sat there, and nobody got out. You could tell it had the little black plastic on the outside, like it had cameras and stuff, and it was probably there for 2 or 3 hours, and everybody noticed it, and finally somebody got out of it. And so I don't know what it is. Don't know if somebody's got wind of what we're doing and keeping an eye on us, but haven't noticed any type of people trying to tell us or anything like that.
All right. Whit Helton asked, what's the first thing that you will eat when the expedition is over?
I don't know. I'm going to be having to pretty much pack up and go to the airport, but I'm sure Miss Simone is going to fix me a breakfast that I can eat on the go on the way to the airport.
Well, I know one thing. This outing's different from the ones we go on because we're eating out freeze-dried junk, and then we get out and eat pizza or double cheeseburgers and rush to McDonald's and all that.
Yeah, and then find out our thumbs don't work.
Yeah, but you're getting spoiled on this one, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I'm around a great group of people. Support. It's just a first class operation that Carrie has been working on for really 2 years now. Yeah.
Well, guess what?
What's that?
You get to go back to slumming with us after this is over with. Although we do eat steak most of the time when we go out.
Yeah, we don't hurt for much, do we?
Squatching Cowboy says he bets the Golden Corral will be happy to see you. Here we go. Here's something y'all might want to look at. Daniel Lundy says, are y'all paying attention to the hollows in the cypress trees to see if the insides are broken and gone?
Yes.
Though, like a certain video.
Well, yes, we have. And Stevie B found 3 of those yesterday. I guess we had about 5 people out and doing a little recon, and her and Mogs went one way, and me and Barry and Lynn went another, and she found some interesting stuff. I'm sure y'all will see it on the 168 Bigfoot Odyssey film.
All right. I can't wait to see it. I hope he's editing it already. He's not.
No.
So, who on the team has impressed you the most, and who's impressed you the least? I'm kidding. Don't answer that. I'm kidding. Who? No, I ain't gonna ask that either. Because they're all there because they got merit. You know, it's hard to say who's impressed you the most or whatever. We can talk about that in private.
Well, you know, really is what I said at the beginning of the show is one of the most surprising pluses that I have found out of here is how well I meshed, and everybody meshed with Bradley Hatcher.
Yeah.
I just it's been a real blessing to have him with us on this, and you know, just because he has not done a lot of Bigfoot research, he has got a resume when it comes to hunting, and to be able to take those tracking skills and other skills that go with being a hunter, a lifelong hunter. It's been really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, it does come in handy. It's different, but it does come in very handy.
Are we eating hot dogs now?
Are you ready to eat?
I think I'm ready to eat. My friend Russell is.
Well, let's have a look at what Russell cooked there. All right.
Man, right there. Can you see it?
Yeah, that ain't what Wilt Helton says. You're going to be back to Slim Jim's, a vein of sausages, when you're back in the woods with me.
I tell you one thing. I am glad that I'm 30 yards away from Russell. He's got bean dip.
Oh, I hope he's camped close to the bathroom.
We'll see him waddling across the lot, won't we?
That's right. All right. Well, I don't want to hold you up from eating it. I know you got stuff to do.
Yeah. We'll be here quite a few hours and do what we do.
Well, we're gonna get off here and let you do what you do. And we thank everybody for joining us. Mark will be live on his show on Sawdust Beast TV this Thursday night. We have Miss Dee Sims, Lady in the Woods, coming on. And it will be a great show. So y'all be looking for that. And Moog said that he will be live tomorrow night. And that will be at 9 Central.
Mo, are you going on 9 Central?
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
All right. So look for Moog's tomorrow night at 9 Central.
Absolutely.
And other than that, I hope you all have a good night. Hope, Mark, you and your team stay safe and get some great evidence and enjoy those hot dogs.
Thank you, Larry.
All right, folks. Good night.
Night, folks.